have to adjust to slight changes in the lockdown regulations, as announced by the President in that address to the nation last night. The sale of alcohol and church gatherings are some of the most affected. But how do people feel on the streets of Johannesburg? Newsroom Africa's Linda Mnisi is live for us at the Noord Taxi Rank. Am I saying it right, Linda? Good morning to you. Not much of a change happening. But certainly the sale of alcohol for off-site consumption, perhaps that's something people are reacting to this morning?
Yes, Michelle, you're saying it right, and indeed not much changes there, as anticipated, might I add, from various sectors, including the alcohol sector, but also religious gatherings, because we know that the Easter weekend is usually characterized by a lot of movement, really, and the people that were really quite concerned about some of the measures that would be implemented were religious gatherings. In fact, Michelle, I'm standing at a taxi rank, and it's quite difficult really trying to stop someone to ask them about what they think about these regulations. But I've had an opportunity to speak to some of the people here, and what they're saying is that, well, at this particular point, they've learned to live with some of the regulations that have been put in place, and it's something that they were anticipating. But of course, seeing that there hasn't been much changes, what some of them are saying is that it's something that they can live with. Some anticipating, of course, to go on to take religious trips, that is, but also saying that it is indeed something that they can work with, during this particular time. So what we're hearing on these streets, Michelle, is really people welcoming these new restrictions in order to just continue living. I mean, if you look at the issue around alcohol, it's only for 4 days, and we know that on-site consumption is still open, so people can still go onto taverns, restaurants, to still consume alcohol.
Absolutely, Linda. But I must say, those taxis behind you, they look very, very full. On the plus side, people are wearing masks, but no windows open in those taxis, as I saw them drive off in the background there. It's just one of the issues that I suppose all of us need to take into consideration when we think of, the regulations are one thing, but how we behave during the lockdown is completely up to us.
Absolutely, Michelle. I mean, when you think about some of the restrictions that have been put in place, most of them are up to South Africans, really, in terms of how you take responsibility for your own life. At the end of the day, government can only do so much to ensure that South Africans are safe. The regulations are out there for everyone to peruse, but also it is in the implementation, Michelle. From those who lead the sector, we know that Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula was launching the Easter weekend campaign, really also focusing on issues around how people travel, also issues around, drinking and driving, for example, also including issues around the technology that will be used. So much of it, as you can see, is really up to people and what people will be doing to ensure that they are safe. I mean, if you speak also about the issue of mandatory wearing of masks, you see a lot of people inside taxis wearing the masks, but also, the issue around social distancing. People have said previously that it can be a bit of a challenge, especially when you look at the issues around revenue for taxi drivers, who've also, on a number of occasions, continued to fight with government in terms of allowing them allow them to load the taxis at full capacity. So those are some of the issues that come out when you speak about the responsibility that comes with implementing these regulations.
Yeah.